And now we welcome in Matchroom Chairman Eddie Hearn. Eddie, welcome to Las Vegas, my friend.
Thank you. Great to be here, ready for a massive event on Saturday night.
Big event, exciting times right now. It's finally here. There's a lot of buildup that had been rising all summer for this, but how would you describe the excitement of the first couple of days of Fight Week?
Huge. I mean, you see the turnout here. This is a modern-day great fight, you know, between two modern-day greats, two icons of our generation in boxing. You know, the undisputed super middleweight world champion, the unified middleweight world champion, two of the best fights we've ever seen. You're about to see the best one on Saturday night. I've never seen Canelo Alvarez train with such intensity and desire. And for Gennadiy Golovkin, I think up at 168, it's going to really suit him. And I think there's something inside Gennadiy Golovkin that says, this is the last big roll of the dice for me. I have to win this fight. Neither guys will take a step backwards in that ring. And honestly, I think you'll see the best of the three on Saturday.
It brings a question to mind here. There is authentic animosity between these two, and you can't always say that with each fighter as they build up for their respective fights. From someone in your position, have you noticed the difference in behavior or attitude from either gentleman?
Yeah, you see it. You know, they're going to come head-to-head here in a minute, and the first couple of head-to-heads, you saw it from Canelo Alvarez. You know, he's coming off a defeat. There's a lot of pressure on Saul this weekend. You know, coming off that Bivol defeat, he wants to make a statement. And Gennadiy Golovkin looks great. I think, as I said, up at 168, it's going to really, really help him. And both guys don't like each other. You know, Canelo makes that pretty obvious. Gennadiy sometimes makes it obvious, but does to the media. And we want to see them go at it this week, because this means a lot. Canelo Alvarez made it clear he wants to end the career of Gennadiy Golovkin on Saturday. And I think Gennadiy Golovkin's going to be very difficult to beat this weekend. I don't think the fight goes 12 rounds, but I think both guys are not going to take a step backward. It's going to be ferocious, it's going to be spiteful, it's going to be brutal. And I think this fight's going to go backwards and forwards and give us all great entertainment.
It's what we want here in this third fight. For you, what does this mean, and how special is this to have this event kick off a big fourth quarter for Matchroom in 2022?
Oh, look, we're just a small company from Essex, you know, and we're living a dream out here. As a kid, you watch these fights with Mayweather and other greats doing big, grand arrivals at the MGM lobby. This is, you know, the hub of boxing here. This is the pinnacle of the sport. To see two icons collide this weekend and to be promoting it with our great team at Matchroom Boxing and the great journey we've been on from the zone. You know, coming up, obviously, this weekend, next weekend, we're in Nottingham. You know, then all of a sudden we've got Eubank Ben, one of the biggest fights we've ever done in the UK. Then we're in Brisbane for our first ever Australia show. Then we're in Mexico. Then we're back in London on the 29th. Then we're in Abu Dhabi for one of the best cards we've ever put on with Bivol against Ramirez. Then we're in Cleveland. You know, then we're going back to London and hopefully AJ Fury at the end of the year. The schedule's incredible, but we've got to soak it up. We've got to enjoy the moment, and we've got to thank our blessings every day to say we're here in one of the greatest fights I think we'll ever see this weekend.
You mentioned Dimitri Bivol's name. We know that last time Canelo Alvarez fought in this city, he fell to Dimitri Bivol back in May at T-Mobile Arena, coming off a loss. How do you think that angle may fuel Canelo?
I think it's going to fuel him a lot. You know, some of his team said when he lost to Mayweather, he came back with so much spite against Angulo. I think you're going to see the same spite this weekend, but he's got to be careful because this isn't Angulo. This is a guy that can really, really punch. You know, he's got a granite chin, Gennadiy Golovkin. He's a tremendous boxer as well. But I think that Canelo's going to come into this ring with a lot of spite, with a lot of desire. Don't forget, you know, the rivalry exists between these two, but also the undisputed super middleweight championship on the line. Canelo worked very hard to win those belts. He'll want to defend them with pride at the weekend, and Gennadiy Golovkin has his own chance, not just to have his say in the trilogy, but to become undisputed champion himself, something that he's longed for a long time.
When people are picking a winner for this fight, the age range is often talked about. They believe it's a factor now because Gennadiy has reached the magical number of 40. Why do you think age doesn't matter here?
I just think moving to 68, you know, he's been 160 for what, 15, 16 years making championship weight. You saw that in the Murata fight. That starts to take its toll. I think he's going to be a lot more sturdy, more solid. I think he's going to have a much greater engine at 168 as well. And, you know, Gennadiy Golovkin's made of tough stuff. Yeah, 40 years of age, but at the end of the day, this is a true warrior of the sport, tremendous fighter, one of the greats of our generation. And it means so much to him. So I think something inside his heart and his soul will mean that he will leave everything in the ring on Saturday night. And Canelo will come with everything. You know, he's not interested to try and win this fight on points. He wants to knock Gennadiy Golovkin out. And he'll only be happy if he does so. As I said, because of that mindset, I don't see this fight going 12 rounds. I don't worry about the age of Gennadiy Golovkin. I just can't wait to be ringside and watch two greats collide.
And as we await the arrival of Canelo here, we're going to have a face-off, the first face-off of the week. You've seen plenty of face-offs between these two, and I pay attention to you because your eyes, they go back and forth. What do you look for when gentlemen are facing off?
I just love it. Justin. I'm just a fan in the middle of these two greats, you know, and I can't believe I'm there. So sometimes I'll smirk because I can't believe I'm standing there. You know, to see those guys up close, to see what it means to them, to look in their eyes, you know, basically their souls, looking at each other, knowing that just in a few days they will go to war in front of the world to settle this trilogy for the Undisputed Championship. It's amazing to stand there and watch, to see what it means to them. And they're two class guys, but they want to win so bad, and they want to win by knockout. And whatever's said in the build-up from either side, trust me when I say both are desperate to win, and they'll be looking in their eyes at the first of 3 face-offs in a few minutes.
Canelo not far away. We're here. He's en route, coming in from his hotel room. T-Mobile Arena. We've seen plenty of big moments, obviously with this head-to-head series, but big moments overall. What excites you about having these boxing events in an arena like this?
Las Vegas is, you know, the pinnacle of boxing. Every fighter dreams of being part of a massive event. And don't forget the undercard this weekend, Justice. The best undercard we've put together for a Canelo Alvarez fight, you know, since we've been involved with him. You know, Jesse Rodriguez, Fighter of the Year, defending his world title against Israel Gonzalez. It's a tremendous fight. Ali Akhmedov, part of the Gennadiy Golovkin team, against Gabe Rosado. That's an absolute war in the making. Amo Williams against Kieran Conway. Mark Castro. Even earlier on in the card, so many great fights. Diego Pacheco in a great fight as well. From top to bottom, the best card we've put together. I think this is the night of the year for boxing this Saturday, and to do it in Las Vegas is very special.
Stacked undercard, understatement really from Eddie Hearn here. Matchroom Chairman Eddie Hearn joining us as we await the arrival of Canelo Alvarez. We will be right back, but here is what's coming up for Matchroom and DAZN.